You know what the thing about Unicorn Kidnap is?
What?
I've only been able to pull that shit off in New York.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
yo.
What up, 101?
Because I feel like in New York is the only place you can snatch somebody.
Nobody will give a fuck.
Nobody will give a fuck. Like you can see somebody get snatched up, thrown in the van, and you just be like, goddamn kidnapping. I gotta get to work. Shit. Oh my god, I'm almost late for work.
What's up, kings and queens? My name's Tiana Davis, and I want to welcome you to my interactive Instagram live show, Tea with Tea. Here, I treat my followers like my co-hosts, and we discuss everyday real-life issues in hopes of creating a community where people feel safe to be open, honest, and authentic. So with that, sit back, grab your cup, and welcome to the tea party. It will be a good idea to start the audio. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to Tea with Tea. What's up, Jermaine? This Sir Dashington is in the building, y'all, and we're about to talk about the world of kink. I hope that you guys are excited. As you can see, he's got some shit. Okay. Yeah, look, put your knee down. Put your knee down. Okay, so yeah, welcome to a bonus episode of Tea with Tea. We are going to be talking about the world of BDSM and the world of kink. And Sir Dashington and I actually met like not too long ago, right? Mm-hmm. At this point, it's maybe been like 2 weeks. We did it. Right. And he's already on my show, yo. So
gotta be quick, gotta be faster than that.
Yes, I'm telling you, this nigga here, boy, he's quick. What's up, y'all? Welcome. So how Dash and I met was I saw him on Horrible Decisions podcast. They had a video up, and I just saw his name. I was like, erotic ropes by what? What? Hello, positive visual. Welcome. My bad, y'all. Y'all know I be fucking up the visual sometimes. I'm gonna flip it back around in a second. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit, no, I did it again. Yes, Mr. Fitzwell, we're talking about kink. So, I saw him on Horrible Decisions, and I just was like, he seems interesting. Literally, y'all, kid you not, a couple of days later, he liked one of my photos. And I'm like, oh shit, I think this the dude. So I went and asked him what's up, sis? I went to ask him to accept me to follow his page, and I went and I saw his shit, and I was like, because y'all already know I'm a vanilla bitch, okay? I'm prude as fuck, and I don't be doing none of that extra shit, okay? So basically, I was scrolling through his page, and he was like, I'm looking for muses, and I was like, muses, you say? Yes, I did the And so, he said he was looking for muses in Atlanta. Bitch like me raised my hand. And a few minutes later, he slid in my DMs, asked me if I would be available for a tryout. And here we are. A couple nuts busted later, here we are. That is the extent of how we met. It was a whirlwind of a meeting, let me tell you. Okay. Sam says, hey, Dashington.
What up?
Visual says, dope as fuck. I'm so glad that you guys are here for this. Okay.
Me too.
Dash, tell the people, introduce yourself. Where are you from? And what do you do, essentially?
What's up, folks? What's up? Okay, my name is Sir Dashington. People call me Sir Dash. My real closer friends call me Dash.
We're his friends, you guys.
Yeah, you're my friends now. Y'all can call me Dash. And
yeah.
Kind of. Anyway, I'm an erotic visual performance artist. I kind of got into this. I always say by default. I never really planned to do this. Is just one of the things that I'm an artist, and as I discovered rope art and shibari and rope bondage, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is something I wanted to do, and so I kind of just tapped into it and did a show out in Brooklyn, and from there it kind of just was one of the things where when I was done, people were like, yo, when are you doing it? When are you doing it next? So I just kind of jumped on it full-fledged and just been running with it.
Now, is this something that you do full-time?
Yes, now it's something I do full-time. When I first got into it, I when I first got into this, I was just doing it as art. And I'm an audio video engineer, so I had a whole
Oh,
full
really?
career, and I do a bunch of shows and stuff like that. I kind of got into it and was not, and as it picked up, I just was not available for some other work I was doing for my other freelance work. So it just kind of like, you just played on a river on a bank for a while, and then for you know it, it just kind of turned to this full time. You know,
Okay, so
so for the
for
last two
those of
years, it's
you,
been full time.
last 2 years that you've been full time. So for those of you that are here on time, you're gonna get to see a little treat. We're gonna start the show off with Sir Dashington tying me up. Okay, so just so you guys know, you might not be able to see it fully until I'm done because of the way that the cameras are angled, but a bitch has a outside visual now. So just know, if you want to see the full video, it's going to be available. I'm excited about it. All right, Dash, let's do this. We're
All
going to
right,
go
so
ahead
let's
and
do
get
it.
into it. Okay, so be mindful you have a mic on, sir.
Yes.
Okay, we're
I
good.
will.
All right, y'all.
As long as
So
we
I'm
can
going to
stand
change
up
this
right.
angle so that you guys can see.
And since I'm on the mic, I'm gonna have you turn around and
Okay,
move, and
yeah,
not me
I'll
turn so
maneuver.
much.
Yeah, you do
You
your thing.
maneuver your thing.
Okay. Ass. Oh, well, hold up. Ass all in the camera. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hey.
So, one thing that Dash likes to do is he likes to use the ropes as fashion. Sometimes he will tie, like, tell him how you like tie up strippers and stuff.
So what I did when I first got into this, like when I first moved down to Charlotte with it, and I started going into the strip clubs to try to tie the girls up and get into some things out there. But my ropes were too, the other type of ropes I have are much thicker, and they were
Yeah.
too binding for the girls, and they couldn't really do everything they wanted to do. They looked good,
They couldn't.
but they couldn't pop it on the handstand
Yeah,
right.
they couldn't do all that.
So I figured out a way to use a fabric that's a stretchy spandex type of fabric, so it gives them some room to breathe. And I figure I can tie them in
They
body
can pop their
harnesses,
pussy harder.
and then they started using them as their outfits to dance in, and they would like tip me out to like, I would come in and tie them in different forms, different patterns, and get different colors and all my shit glue in the dark, and so
Yeah,
it was a
so
whole little scenario that worked out.
as the sun goes down, you can kind of see now they glow in the dark a little bit. I'm going to be wearing these the entire time that we are doing the show. So my hands are going to be free so that I can, interact with you all. Chelsea, you made it. What up, boo? You just in time for the
Right in
party.
time, right
Sir
on time.
Dashington is about to tie a bitch up. So let's get it popping.
Let's go, right?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna I'll tie her in a simple like body harness, something that she can still work in and
Right.
still do
This
her
is
thing
me
in.
getting ready to go to the club, y'all, and get
Right.
me some tips and
Right.
dollars.
So some people wrap this like so she has an outfit. Like I can do this over what she has on now, and right now the colors don't necessarily match, but like
Right.
you get colors and flip it and make it match your outfit. Or some people end up wearing this type of stuff under their outfit. Ooh, no, you go. And then
This will be better anyway, so they can see.
they wear it under their outfit, and sometimes they say it feels like a hug, or it feels really good.
Like a hug.
Yeah, specifically it feels like a body hug.
What's up, Tattoo?
You know?
Welcome back. Bitch is
What's
getting tied up. We're just getting into the kink right now.
Dudes, close my eyes on that one so I can imagine where the rope is at. There we go.
Got it. I was about to say, if you need me to turn around, let me know.
I'll let you know in a second,
So right
probably.
now, y'all, basically, I am getting my bondage outfit put on for the show. I will be wearing this for the remainder of the show. And it's actually kind of comfortable. Except for on my pussy, because y'all, I got a small pussy, so like
I'm about to fix that right now. Watch
he's
this.
about to fix it.
Watch this.
There we go.
Bam!
Yes, there you go. You see that? So if you got a fat pussy like me, that's how you help it breathe. Okay, you gotta up in there. Okay. So for those of you that are interested,
just turn around so y'all can see what I just did.
Yeah.
Because I just
he gave me a fat ass.
I just gave her a fatty.
God damn.
That's the same thing.
Good
I was like,
Lord. Oh my God. Can I keep this? Y'all,
I'm like, yo, what happened?
Shit. Shit.
I didn't see it
Y'all
coming.
didn't know I had all that cake back
You
there.
didn't
Huh?
know, did you?
Y'all weren't aware. And my ass is
I
all in the small camera.
He's like, yo.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm already having the time of my life. Like
Okay.
legit. Like this is so good.
The front here, right?
This is so great. So y'all, you can, like you see, if you're a stripper, go ahead and hit up Sir Dashington because
Get your ropes,
he will
bro.
get you right. Okay, he will get
And
you
this is stuff
right.
you can actually do on yourself. Like I can literally teach you how to tie this stuff on yourself, and you can self-tie yourself with this. Like I didn't do anything that you couldn't like actually reach around your body.
And I don't feel that way either. I don't feel like this is something where it's like, oh my god, I'll never be able to replicate this. I really feel like I could wear this. This is cute as fuck. Ooh, let me go to the club. These bitches ain't ready.
You know what I'm saying? Go jump in the pool real quick.
These bitches are
like
not
bathing
ready.
suit, like
Right, bathing suit, yes.
Alright, take that.
Y'all, how fat is my ass?
Yo, God.
Is it good? Okay. I'm excited about this because my ass never looked this fat.
Let's give you a whole new booty.
This is amazing.
A whole new booty.
Just bear with me, y'all.
Turn this way a little bit.
I'm getting tied up. Once I get tied up, then my ass will be out of the camera and we'll be I
don't think they're gonna mind.
I don't think. Do you guys mind my ass being on the camera?
I don't think so.
You got something slight.
Look, it's like, yeah.
Ass looking nice. Queer says I love this so much. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this. Sis says I'm with it. Yes, booty.
Y'all better hit me in my DMs, yo.
Yeah, y'all hit him in his DM. Okay, so you let me know when you're done, and I'll show them the full.
All right, let me see. I'm almost done. I'm just gonna make sure you straightened out. Stay right there.
Okay. So this is a full body harness, is what it's called.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
So.
Ow. Oh Lord. I was tempted to smack it so bad. I'm like,
So, you guys, if you were a stripper, do you feel like you could wear this and you could work and get your money? Do you feel that way? Oh shit, what happened to my little, there it is. Okay. I need to put my little thing back on the mic.
Okay.
It should be okay, though. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, y'all, again, I'm going to be wearing this for the rest of the show. So, if you guys would like for me to give a little twerk,
model, bust it down, bust it open,
bust it open at the end, we can do that. I'm here for it. Okay.
I'm with it too.
So, everyone, we are about to get into the main discussion, and we're talking about the world of kink. Now, Dash, talk about for you. What exactly does BDSM stand for, and like what part of the industry are you in, if any at all?
Well, BDSM stands for a few different things: bondage, dominance, submission, sadist, masochist. All these are terms, but to describe the kink in itself. You know what I'm saying? So. The B is bondage, the D will be dominance, the S will be submission, or the S could be sadist and the M could be masochist. And some people flip and change it different ways according to how they like to move. For me, I would say I'm more of a sensual dominant. I'm not really a sadist. I'm not into. I don't necessarily get off from giving anybody any kind of pain or anything like that. I more so get off from pleasing people and making women climax and bust nuts. That's my game.
Good God.
That's my game. You know what I mean? That's where I feel like I'm accomplishing and doing the healing aspects of what BDSM can really be. A lot of people see BDSM as something very sexual. For me, it can be very over sexualized, so sometimes I kind of stay away from it. I don't like to be thrown in the BDSM world. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is what it is, there's some parts of it that's definitely some bondage to it. But I don't necessarily like to be thrown into that world because to me it's over sexualized, and I know that what I'm doing is taking sex out of the act of what I'm doing. I'm taking the sex out because I feel like a lot of people have sex naturally, a lot of people have sex, but by taking the sex out of it, it now gives me a better leverage, and now I can tap into people a little bit more deeper. when people know they're gonna get some pussy soon, or you're gonna get some dick soon, sometimes they may skip through certain things or not see certain signs that your body might have been asking for because they're trying to get to a certain place. Subconsciously, men and women both do it, and I just try to like show people a different way to approach it.
Aw, Essence said, I love a nice dom.
Yeah, I'm not a mean
Queer
doing.
said, that's such a beautiful thing. It's definitely the truth. I feel like it's more than sex.
Yes, definitely. I mean, for some people, they live it 24/7. Like I say, I live it in a way because it's also my business. So because it's my business, I spend a lot of time working within the industry, working within that realm to make what I do happen. But I'm not a 24-hour dom. If my subs or anybody I deal with, I'm only trying to get dominant in the bedroom. Like outside of that, I need you to be a boss. I need you to hold your shit down
You're good.
and get things going. You know what I mean?
Make sure that, can we do it that way? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and make sure things like that. So
yeah. Then, how did you get into the world of kink? Because I like to call it kink more than I like to call it BDSM.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too. Because I feel like when I got into a lot of stuff that are considered BDSM, I was doing a lot of stuff when I was married, very very young. I got married young, so I was just doing a lot of stuff in my relationships just to keep the relationship spicy and keep things going. It wasn't necessarily doing it for bondage. Not until I got older that I realized, like, oh shit, this is somebody got names for this stuff, because I thought I was just being nasty. I'm nasty. Okay. I just be trying to be nasty. I don't know.
So, also heads up, if you guys have questions, you can press the question box and it'll pop up for us, and then we can display it for everybody to see. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Dash is here to answer any questions that you have. I swear to God, I'm about to go over here and tell these motherfuckers to be quiet. Okay? Quiet. Shit.
Fucking up my shit.
Fucking up my shit. Okay? Queer Bitch said it's about healing and connecting with someone and communication. Definitely feel like BDSM for me is just a bedroom thing. I wouldn't do it all the time. Interesting. Okay.
Very
hey,
interesting.
y'all. Welcome to the conversation. We are talking about the world of kink, and today is a bonus episode. So
Boner. I mean bonus.
You stupid. Shut
Whatever.
the fuck up. Shut up. Okay, so Dash, say I'm curious about kink play.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the best or the safest way to go about getting into it?
I say the best way to go about getting into it would have a partner that you're actually with first, and that you actually know, you actually give a damn about, you actually care about, and then
Is that important?
it's very important, because I feel like that connection, a lot of that connection is already there and already been seeded. So from there, it can just grow and get better. And I feel like if you have somebody on that level, you can break it down to them. Like, listen, I'm new in this. You're new in this. Let's learn and grow together, and let's do it like that.
Yeah.
And then once you get into it, you get a little deeper into it. You start realizing, like, okay, this is cool. Then you can take it outside of sex and be like, okay, this is something I do for my for as a hobby or for fun. So then when your partner understands that, she doesn't trip out when you want to tie up other people, and she understands just it's like having a blank canvas if you're your artist. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like,
that's so
for me, it's like having a blank canvas. You can't get upset or mad about me doing the work that I want to do. You don't get mad at the artist when he wants a nice clean canvas to work with. So that's the same thing as finding a new woman to tie up or to do your art with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's really interesting that you say that, because I wouldn't think about it from that perspective of, like, with you being an artist, this is essentially like your models are your canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not about you sexualizing them. It's really not about you making them bust nuts.
Right.
All the time.
I need them to display my work.
Exactly. Like, you need them just as much as, like, they want to be a part of it, and they want to be with someone that they feel safe doing it with. I think a big part of it is, like, especially that's something that we distinguish and we talk about, is that there's a difference between white BDSM and black BDSM. Like, white BDSM is more like about torture and pain and like control and power and dominance, and that's why for me I was like, I don't think I want to get over up in that world, because I ain't trying to crush nobody balls. I'm not trying to have nobody whip me till I, like and have me call them myself a slave. They slave and shit like that. That sounds a little sadistic to me. So whenever we met and we had our session, it was a different experience than I thought it was going to be for sure. I was just like, this actually ain't bad. I kind of like this. I feel like I can get more into it.
I really like to try to give people a different type of perspective on it because I feel like there's so many misconceptions that people have in their mind about what a dom is and what BDSM and what life is. I want people to look at me and be like, yo, this dude right here does not fit that right there.
Yeah.
But he's doing it and it's the real shit. It's the real deal. It's
Right.
it's not that fake shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's not portraying to be anything other than himself, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I think I want people to understand because with the thing about BDSM, yeah, it has all these rules and all these different things like that. But the shit is whatever you want to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It literally is whatever you want to make it. You can have your situation and your dynamic however it is you want to make it. You don't have to fall to the rules and say, oh, this is what I read. I read this about doms and this is what doms have to do. I read none of that shit. I don't do a whole lot of reading when it comes down to certain things. I like to feel it. And if it feels right, it feels good, then that's what I'm going to do. I don't need to read a book to say, yeah, this is, I don't need somebody to actually tell me a safe word to stop. Like, I can feel when you're hurting somebody and when you need to whoa up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's different things that, like,
whoa up.
There's certain things that you gotta, like, just do this for yourself, you know what I'm saying? I've had a situation where I had a girl where I tied up kind of a harness just like this, but when I grabbed the middle of the ropes and I twist, it would choke her. You know what I'm saying? And she wants to get choked. And as I twist, she's like, harder, 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 harder.
Yeah.
And I'm twisting, and my hand is literally like, you know what I mean? My shit is like at the end of the rope, and she literally collapses and drops, and I have to like catch her, and like she's like fainting. She thought that she was sexy. Like, do it again. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not gonna do shit ever again. I'm never gonna have nobody tell me how much to choke them. Like, I know when it starts to feel like I'm about to kill your ass, and I'm just gonna stop, okay? Because I don't want no cases. I don't want to go to jail.
Sir,
you know what I'm saying?
You're already dabbling in.
Yeah, I'm already dabbling,
on
right?
Fine motherfucking line.
And it's not even a game. If you get in trouble doing some BDSM shit, that's why I say play it safe and you do things right and be realistic. Because if you get in any type of trouble, the law is gonna slap you down like you are the biggest criminal in the world. It's already looked at taboo within the court systems and all that. And when people get hurt, this stuff, they're not lenient to the dominant at all.
You're going to jail for life.
You're gonna get jail. You can get hurt for real.
Especially going to jail for life.
Well, that's if you kill somebody.
That's if you kill somebody.
I'm like, damn, she broke her arm. I broke that bitch arm. I ain't trying to go to jail for life. Come on, Lord.
So then, Dash, why do you do it? Like, why? Like, just tell me why you do it.
I think that's a really good question. Nobody asked me why do I do it.
That's why I'm fucking Oprah. That's why I'm the
baby
Oprah,
baby O over here. Baby O.
Let me Oprah. I'm ready for
Yo. Yeah, so I say I do this because I like the art of it. That's what I got into. I got into it because for the art. Like when I seen it, I was like, yo, it tapped into all parts of me. I was like, yo, the art of the ropes on the body is dope. Boom, boom, boom. Then me being a Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? That taps into my little sexy side. I'm like, yo, this art. I realized when it was all I can put all of myself into it, like literally all of it. Skills I've learned since I was a little tiny kid before I even knew what sex was. I'm applying to some shit I'm doing right now.
Not so fast.
You know what I'm saying? I've been tying them up since a baby. No, sir.
This nigga.
But yo, I was like 7, 8 years old, and they was like making me tie my knots from a piece of paper. And I have to,
oh damn!
You know what I'm saying? And out in the woods,
real Boy Scout.
Kindling fires and all that, catching butterflies and all kind of crazy shit.
Is very
you know what I'm saying?
On this.
Yes.
Yes.
I can hunt some shit too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why it was an Eagle Scout. Ew.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's why I do this. One of my services is called Unicorn Kidnap.
Yo, please tell them. Okay, yes. Can we get into your services too?
Yeah.
Please tell them the plethora of services that you offer to people.
Okay, so let's see if I can remember them. There's Goddess Pampering Service. There's Spank and Paint. There's Spank and Tie. There's Wax On, Wax Off. There's at the Executioner. There's What's for Dinner. There's Rope Bondage for Beginners. Sensual Dominance for Men. And Unicorn Kidnap.
Please explain this motherfucking Unicorn Kidnap shit.
Unicorn Kidnap is really fun. So basically, it's like one of the most fun for me because basically you know the day you're gonna get kidnapped, but you don't know when and where I'm gonna snatch your ass up from. So
Birthday present?
we have a consultation where we break down. You know, you let me know. Okay, listen, I gotta be at daycare. I got kids to pick up from school. I gotta figure. I don't want to fuck up your life. I ain't gonna kidnap you
Right.
and then have your baby getting took into ACS, to social services, because you couldn't pick them up from daycare. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do you like that.
Yeah.
So I figured it's planned out. You just find a good day to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You
We're
might
talking
want
about unicorn kidnapping
right.
right now.
You know,
y'all.
so that day you might want to have somebody pick the kids up because you don't know when you're gonna get snatched up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is
And
some birthday shit, anniversary.
you know what the thing about
shit.
unicorn kidnap is?
What?
I've only been able to pull that shit off in New York.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
yo.
What up 101?
Because I
What
feel
up,
like
Fabulous?
in New York is the only place you can snatch somebody. Somebody can,
And nobody will give a fuck.
nobody will give a fuck. Like you can see somebody get snatched up, thrown in the van, and you just be like, goddamn kidnapping. I gotta get to work. Shit. Oh my god, I'm almost late for work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't got no
that's so
time
sad.
to be
Nigga, I'm
just.
about to miss the train.
I'm about to miss my goddamn train. This bitch got kidnapped. They messing my whole shit up. Like that's how we think in New York. So
New York is so
I can pull that shit
angry.
off there, and it goes over well. I'm afraid of doing it in some of these like people in Maryland. Be like, do it in Maryland. Yo, Maryland is cool, but this kind of rural in some areas. Like I get somebody come busting in on me, fucking up my whole shit, trying to save your ass. I'm like, she paid me for this shit. And she paid me.
Baltimore, y'all. Okay, get some gangster hood ass niggas like buzzing down
Come
doors
buzzing
in
down like yo.
Baltimore, okay.
Right.
Shit.
We don't need that.
We don't need any of that.
Mm-mm.
Y'all, it's time to spill the tea. I want to know, have any of you ever had any experience with the world of kink? We are very interested to know, right? You been choked out, bitch? You been tied up? You been blindfolded? See, that's one thing that people don't understand.
Just kinks that they didn't even
there,
think about.
Exactly. There's so many kinks that you don't even think are kinks. Like blindfolding, any sort of like sensory deprivation of any kind is
Beating your meat to
kink.
porn is fetish and a kink
It
in itself.
is? Oh shit,
This
good.
is-
I'm
e-
glad. I just
everybody
beat my
is.
shit. I
When
don't
people
do
say
it to
when
porn.
people say I don't have a fetish or I don't have a kink, I'm like, yes, the fuck you do. Everything is a kink.
Claire's not
Like,
here
look,
for the kidnapping. She's not here.
better watch out. Nobody asked for it.
She said no, but I want to so bad.
I told you. People be like, yo, I ain't fucking getting that. Then they be like, but wait a minute, that might be cool.
Okay, he said Don Gotti said I got my earlobes rubbed, and then
See?
Miss Fabulous said
Yes. There's always kind of things. You know what I mean? Like,
it's some wild shit in the
I feel
world
like
of
whatever,
kink, y'all.
like I feel like whatever you gotta do to your mind to make yourself calm. Sometimes, you know, even with your partner, even when you're masturbating, sometimes those deep kinky things you come up in your mind to like, you know what I mean? Those things are fetishized. You know what I'm saying? I know me. I gotta like pinch my nipple right before I'm about to come. Even when I'm beating my meat, I like pinch my nipple, and it's like that. Something about that pain right at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
is it like a way like harder nut that you bust?
Yeah, it'd be like when I'm at that point, like, am I about to come? Am I about to come? I'm about to come. I can pinch my nut and be like, come, nigga, come. Like, okay.
Okay, so for me, what mine is I have to hold my breath. So ever since I was like 18 or 19 and I fucked this 30-year-old and he put his thumb in my ass, right? And like before I was like, that'll get you. You know how I feel about a good thumb in the bum now. So shut up, fool. So he basically was like, I told him I was finna come and he was like, hold your breath. And I was like, nigga, for why? Why am I going, So it like made it way better. So like ladies, tip of the week, if you've never held your breath before you came or while you were coming, bitch, hold your breath. You're welcome. You'll thank me later. That's all I want.
That's kind of like what I tell women. I tell them to push. So it's kind of like they're holding their breath too. They like right when they're about to come out, they're like push. Like, I tell them to push, and I actually push their stomach sometime and just drain.
I swear to God, when I busted with this nigga, my back was arched like a fucking cat, like I just got sprayed with a fucking spray bottle, bitch. Like ooh, like I busted hard as fuck. James said, "Yo, that nipple pinch is everything."
Yeah, you know what it is.
James knows.
It helped me get to that sweet spot.
Don said, I didn't choose kink life. Kink life chose me.
Yes, that's for sure.
Chris said, if she's not afraid you're going to kill her, then you're doing it right.
Right. No, she's right. You're right. Right. Like you don't want to be scaring the shit out of people. Like you just gotta be a way where she gotta be like, this is kind of at the edge, but like I'm not. I know he's gonna take care. He's not gonna kill me.
Right. He's not gonna like just like choke a bitch out and then dump me on the side of the road. Like, oh shit, I might have killed her. Let me get rid of the evidence. It's not like
I've
that.
had only one situation where a girl had like a full panic attack in the ropes, and she like was
Oh,
bugging
God,
out and started bucking up, and she tried to like get out. If you try to get out of the ropes, you're gonna actually choke yourself even more because
Right.
you slide your shoulder off and now it's just on your neck and
Yeah.
you're pulling and everything's starting to tight. And she started. I had to like lay her down, rub her hair, and like everything's gonna
Rub
be
her hair, tell
okay.
her she's pretty.
I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you out the ropes, but I can't take you out the ropes if you're fighting. All right, so I'm gonna let you just chill.
So queer bitch said, I like to degrade myself sometimes. So is that a kink or is that some like white
That's some
BDSM
kink.
shit?
No, that's some kink shit. That's some real kink shit.
Sam said, I've only done the choking part. Okay, so you guys have dabbled a little bit into the world of kink. I'm curious to know, what haven't you tried that you want to try? Because that's where Pandora's box opens. Like, have you been to, I know you probably been to a sex club, Dash.
Yeah.
Have you done these parties? Where do you do this shit?
I do all kind of parties, all kinds of stuff. So I do like swinger parties, like I do fucking orgy parties, I do art parties, I do like just galleries, I do bachelor party, bachelorette parties, I do beach parties, I do pool parties, I do all kind of just like you know what I mean, kinky. Anytime, anywhere your nipple can fall out while you jumping, that's the type of party
That's
I'm
the
gonna
type
do.
of party he be doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fabulous pegging. Oh, y'all fellas, how do you feel about pegging? It's a no-go for Dash. Sir Dashington said you don't put a motherfucking thing in my ass.
Exit only.
That's what he said.
Exit only.
Don said, getting my dick sucked from the back like mistress. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh. Essence wants to know, do handcuffs count?
Cheaters.
Cheat.
I'm a rope artist, so somebody puts some handcuffs. I'm like, oh, you want to cheat, bitch? Huh? You want to cheat? You want to cheat now? Like I'm a rodeo type of guy. I'm gonna tie you, wrap your ass up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be cheating on this motherfucker. Come on.
I want to try bondage, blindfolding, and orgies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sam said, I want to try blindfolds and being tied up, and Essence wants to try flogging.
Flogging's fun.
Be able to show you a little bit of that.
I have one.
He's got some play toys. So
some of my
babies.
babies.
And his glows in the dark.
Yeah.
So we might actually play around with it and let him flog me a little bit so you can see what it looks like and what it feels like. Would you guys like that? I feel like you would.
Please say yes.
Please say yes.
Please say yes.
Please say yes. Oh, Fabulous said, not pegging every guy, just after the ones that like to be dominated. Okay, so does being, I feel like you gotta be definitely a particular kind of guy to want to be pegged.
I know. See, I know guys that wouldn't mind being dominated, but they don't necessarily want to be pegged. Like,
okay.
I like what I'm trying to do right now is find a woman dominatrix to come in and work my shows with me that will do the guys, but without demasculating them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody getting pegged. I don't want none of that shit because it is not that it's whatever everybody do their thing, but like I want it to be at a level that somebody who's vanilla can come in and actually watch this shit and be like, okay, this is okay, it's something new and different and I can get into it. But you don't want to fucking just hit them with that. They may not ever come back to the world of kink ever.
So everybody's like, that pegging shit is out. Everybody's like, yes. So they are here for the flogging.
Okay.
They want to try. They want to see me get flogged. Okay, so.
You know what? I think I want to flog you just as bad as they want to see
it. I think so. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all so kinky and nasty. What up, C? Fabulous has a question. Do you think pegging is automatically emasculating, though? Like, if it's done correctly or done in a way that doesn't make the man feel dominated, is it possible for, like, pegging to be sexy or sensual in some way?
I mean, it could be sexy and sensual, but, like, as soon as you start to enter a man's asshole with anything, it takes away that aspect for me. I mean, it's just like, I mean, you can be kind the way you do it. Like, hey, you can gentle and butter him up until you get his ass open. I mean, still, when his ass is open, I'm going to be like, oh, damn, no, nigga, no. Run, nigga, run.
So Chris says men that like pegging like to be emasculated. Do you
Right.
agree with that?
I think some. I think the ones that like to be pegging, yes. But I know plenty of guys that like to be submissive, but they're not necessarily. That once it's like, yeah. I almost feel like
Yeah.
I agree, bro. It's like,
Okay, Queer says I don't think so, but Akashic said that's kind of the point. Like that's why they do it is because they want to be emasculated. Because I feel like guys that like that are kind of like the kind of
I would
men that are
agree.
powerful in their everyday like regular life. So when they get into kink, maybe they want somebody to tell them what to do or to be emasculated to some degree.
I don't think why guys are dominant and submissive is different than what women feed in.
Ooh.
I feel like for women, they some of them are really powerful. They have some powerful position. They're running shit all the time,
Yeah.
and they may want that more. So for them, I feel like for guys that are submissive, it's more so they in their fantasies they want a woman to like just do stuff to them. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like and just
Right. Yeah.
and they see it as sexy as like I don't necessarily think about it as I don't think about it as being dominant or submissive. It's kind of one of the things that just they like to be things to be done on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's got to be some deeper shit than that. I'm not really sure. I'm not a switch.
Yeah,
I'm a straight dominant, so I don't know that at all. Like for me, if a woman gets too dominant and does it the wrong way,
Yeah.
it'll be a total turn off for me, like really quick. Like you know what I mean? And even when the women play with me, sometimes it's almost like I'm watching them like the whole time, and you know what I mean. And then once as soon as I gotta let go for me to be like, okay, to totally enjoy it and get into it. But at first, I'm always like,
really, you don't be.
I need she more wet than that. More water, more mouth water. Like she ain't sloppy enough.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the conversation. We are talking about the world of kink.
With
Right
some mouth
now,
water?
the question is, what did you say? Right now, the question is there anything within the world of kink and BDSM that you haven't tried that you would be open to? Or let's empty the cup, y'all. Now that you listened to this episode, do you feel more comfortable with getting into the world of kink? Now that you know that it's much more broad and it's not just about like
Black
torture
fingernails.
and black fingernails and leather and all that kind of shit. Like, are you more open to it?
On the Wakanda.
Miss Catholic said, I see what you're saying and I appreciate you thinking it through. It's all about preference and that's how you get a dialogue going on what is masculinity and etc. Okay, so I think we should play with some toys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maneuver the computer, and I'm going to face you guys because I really still want you to see how fat my ass is. Okay.
Yes, so, I did get that visual.
This is what we're going to do. Okay. So I'm gonna move down here, and I think
that's it. That's the shot.
Are we good? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into
slide back a little bit closer.
Favorite position, and we're going to play with some toys. Okay. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so now I like to have her come down here, and what I have her do is take her hands and put them through the back here. Say hi to everybody. Hello. All right, boom. All right, so let me move this off your head. And what I'm going to do is what I like to do is like tease the body a little bit. Usually she would have the more skin out, you know what I mean? I don't know if she can even feel this right now. Maybe on her back here.
Yeah, I can feel it.
But here I like to like get the juices rolling and put my hands on her. I feel like the sensual touch and energy can be transferred from person to person by touching them and by moving chakra shifting. So I like to like play with the body a little bit and get her juices going. I have a couple different floggers here. This is my floggers are also my paintbrushes. What I do is the way I started this, I would dip my floggers into paint and then smack her up with the paint and blah 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 and do it like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this a little closer so I can get back here, give myself a little more leeway. Watch the poom pom pom pom. Watch the pom pom poom pom pom. All right. And there's different ways to flog people. What I like to do is like try is try to find out where people's levels are. So I like to start off slow, start off
Ooh,
little,
ooh, ooh.
then get a little heavier, level heavier, and then after is always a process of. For me, I feel like I like to balance things out. So if I'm going to spank you up, then I'm going to come back over and rub it up, and you kind of get to know the pattern. So as I'm doing my things, my different acts, and I'm going about doing certain things, you can always have comfort in knowing that I'm going to come back around and make whatever the fuck I did feel a little bit better.
Right.
Damn, you pull. I don't know if they can see this, but I can. God. All right. Anyway, so this is my little leather whip, right? This, this is my little leather whip. Like I do all kind of stuff with this thing, right? So I I believe in you call it popping the pussy, right? People, they like get into that loop, pop the pussy shit. I'm like, yeah, I like to physically pop the pussy. You know what I mean? Let it feel it. You know what I mean? Wake it up a little bit. And here's my little leather, so it's coming in. I'm at a weird angle, y'all, so it's kind of hitting my chain, hitting the mic, everything. But it's a motion like this where you kind of get into a rhythm and get up, and hit both cheeks. It's my little leather guy. This one's good. I like to use them because, I like short ones because they actually they're good for painting. If it's too long and you get crazy, you start splashing people in the crowd and things can get dangerous.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, fat people like fucked up. Now these ones here are rope floggers. I make these floggers. They're made out of rope. They're made out of neon ropes, and as you can see, it has a lot of paint at the tips of them because I do a lot of spanking ass and spanking paint off the ass. Now these ones have a different type of feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And they have a little sting on them.
Ooh.
See that? With the little.
Oh, God.
And then you come back by, and you rub it up. All right. You know what I mean? I know the people. You got some white people in the back. You probably got him cheering and acting up.
That's what I'm
They don't know how to act. You got some black booty in the air. Like, And this is one of the things. So what I do is I just think with different devices. So I have different type of floggers. Also, I like to use some household products. It's a cooking spoon. Shit got paint all over it. But I like to take this thing. It has a little sting on it. We get on it. Spank these cheeks up. This one stings. This stings. See, I gotta come back over. So it's one of the things where how I like to do is I like to cause a little pain because I really like to just rub the booty, but you can't just be rubbing on people's ass, so you gotta give it a reason for rubbing. You know what I mean? You just hit it up a little bit, and then I can be like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby, so sorry. Look what you made me do. Like what you made me do to you, baby. So I come over here and you gotta even it out.
Yeah, these paddles, listen, y'all. These paddles are fucked up now.
Right. So I got this guy. Now, if you guys watch some of my videos, you see I like to use this here. This is my little. I don't know if you guys see it. It's like a little spike pinwheel type of thing. Now this is cool because she has little lines already in her pants here. I can just follow the lines, and literally, it's already there for me. Sometimes I dip them in paint and just make little dots all over the place and just dot the whole thing up. This is cool. This is really like a meat tenderizer. I think this is really for meat to tenderize your steaks and make holes in it so you can pour juices in it and make it real right. So we're gonna do a different type of steak. I'm not gonna do that to her today. She's not ready for that. We'll get close in the area, see, and just open those up. You start doing stuff like that, and you gotta come back and you gotta rub it and make it better. See, and then your hand or my feather sometimes it becomes like your best friend, So those are some of the things I can use. This is one of my other guys here. This is doesn't look like much, but this guy here has some little weight to it, and it's kind of, you see, it has two different type of grids. It has that side, and then it has that side, and it's a 30 one.
Oh, shit now. All right now. God damn it. Listen. Listen, y'all. Y'all done seen enough.
Enough. See, this is one that usually.
Ugh.
This is the one
I
that
need a
like
break, y'all. Shit, hold on.
when you got girls. This you know how you got girls. They say some of our brats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? These are called a brat tamer right here. This is the brat tamer. This one and
The brat.
this one right here. This right here, it looks like a knife, but it's not a knife. It's actually called a electro shank, and it has a prod at the end of the tip, and it gets electrocuted. So when I hit the button on the under there, it gives you like a shock. This right here will have your lady doing the dishes after you eat, whatever you needed to do. She gonna get in order and in line because she don't want to feel that shit.
I'm so done with him, y'all. I'm done.
Ain't no no's.
Lord, this was
She'll never
fun.
tell you no again.
Never.
She's like yes, whatever. It's like yes, Dash. Just
So-
don't do that shit again.
So what I'm gonna do? Queer said yes. Give her a break, and I'm a bratty sub. So
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this around,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna show everybody the outfit.
Okay.
So
Let me see what you
that
got there.
way people can see.
So
For
it's
those
lit.
of you
It's
that
lit.
haven't seen,
It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. Wop wop wop. Damn y'all. That shit is sexy as fuck.
Nice.
Damn. That was awesome.
You're so dumb. I'm
Yes.
so done with you. So you guys,
I love
we
this shit,
literally
yo.
only have like 15 minutes. I'm so sad. Like this has been so
This
fun.
is a
Dash,
good one.
have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes, I did. This is definitely one of my more chill podcasts. I like the idea of just being out and about, and there's people, there's women in bathing suits in front of me, just whatever on the
He's not even
pool.
here anymore. He's
I'm
like,
like,
I
oh
wanna go
shit.
tie some bitches out.
I'm like, word. I'm about to go to work. It's
Lord,
work
he
time.
said I'm about to go to work. Dash, before we get out of here, where can we find you? Tell the
Okay,
people where you
so
can be found.
y'all gotta come see me. All right, Erotic Ropes by Dash 3. The shit won't pop up until you put the 3 there, right?
Yes.
You gotta spell it all the way out.
I will put it for you now for those of you who are
Erotic
curious.
Ropes by Dash 3.
I will put it for you now for those of you that want to go check them out.
Yep.
Erotic Ropes by
Dash 3.
3. Hey y'all, for those of you that are just tuning in, you definitely missed a treat. You're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. You're gonna have to rewind it because I'm not even gonna tell you what you missed. You're gonna have to go back and watch it for yourself because you
Shit was
totally
lit.
missed it.
Shit was lit.
It was lit as fuck.
Fucked
This
up.
episode was lit as fuck. I
Fucked
just
up.
hope the audio is good. We
Oh
gonna
yeah,
see.
shit is hopefully.
We
I think
been
so.
fucking, it's
It's gonna-
it's all good.
It's gonna be good. You're gonna hear me.
Right. You'll
Hopefully.
hear him. That's the most important thing. My voice is loud as fuck, so we should be good, y'all. So I want to let you guys know that this episode, if these motherfuckers would shut the fuck up and let me talk, will be up on my Patreon account. So for those of you that are interested in seeing the video from this episode, it's going to be more than podcast. It's going to be audio and visual, but it will only be available to my Patreon members. So what that means is
Subscribe.
go to twith.podbean.com and donate. So when you donate and become a Patreon member, you'll have access to all of the bonus content. So whether that be Q&A, stuff like this, you'll have access to it. So, honey, trust and believe you're going to want to stick around because we're doing more of this. Okay.
Ding dong.
So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode and make sure that you come back on Sunday for my next Man Healer Sunday session with the homie Avery. He's coming through and we're going to talk about his current emotional health. So, Dash, is there anything that you'd like to say before we dip out?
Yes. What I like to say to everybody is that I am here for you. I feel like I was put on this planet to help introduce a lot of our people to a new way of loving each other and loving on our partners and being liberated and expressing that. I'm always here to I have a cherry fetish. Like I like putting people onto new things. I like popping people's cherry. So like if you haven't been into this or this is something you want to get into, I encourage you to please come. If this is something that you've been doing forever and you got a dom and you get tied up every other weekend, I'm okay. Probably should stick with that guy. But if you're new and you're curious and you're trying to get into this and that, I'm your guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm welcoming all newbies, all vanilla people to try something new and challenge yourself.
Y'all book a session with Sir Dashington. I promise you won't be disappointed. We getting the fuck out of here because y'all, I'm about to catch the motherfucking case. So we're gonna go. Okay. Until next time, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning into this bonus episode of Tea with Tea, the world of kink with Sir Dashington. Feel free to sip on this.